Today's journey is going to take us from destination to where we dropped off last time, and today we are heading over to Odense in Denmark. Now, agency driving, I've done a few local jobs, so now I've decided to do a few there. I go abroad, so we're going to Odense in Denmark. I'm just going to bring up the map and show the approximate route what we'll be taking today. So leave Sheffield, the road. Now we will go across the Humber Bridge, 15 to Hull, which that's Hull there, ferry port. On the outskirts of Grimsby, going all the way across to Esbjerg, and our destination city will be Odense. I'll try and do a few discoverables along the way. Give a brief thing about the truck. Today's truck is the Scania S. It's the 730. It's a V8 and it's one of the next generation. The trim level what it has is a high spec type of trim. Because the high spec ones have the same dial set and dashboard computer as the one here, and they also come with onboard GPS, where the basic model Scanias levels of trim come with a different speedo, a different rev counter, different gauges and a different dashboard computer. Now the Scania S is one of the first trucks that they made doing the more modern
ready to row
modelling methods. The only truck that's newer in terms of its modelling is the MAN TGX Euro 6, and we're just about to get underway here. Go now. This truck, as I say, it's the S730, it's next generation. It's on a 6x4 long configuration, which I'll go into chassis in a little bit. It is one of the most popular trucks and popular engines in the game. So, Scania do offer a wide range of
turn left
engine options. Now the wide range of engines, the Scania S next generation, and indeed the R next generation one, is the entry level one on these. 370 horsepower, and the biggest engine Scania you can get is the 730 V8 like I'm driving here now. With the engine ranges, the 370 up to around about the 500 inline sixes. The 520 and above are V8s. Now Scania in the game is the only manufacturer to be offering a wide range of V8s, because a lot of the other manufacturers now are just offering the inline six engines, which is pretty normal, and I suppose it's to do with
right, and then continue straight on.
Fuel consumption and emission levels. Now,
go straight on.
To give a fair comparison with these trucks, I'm trying to pick them all 12 speed, but in real life this truck would have an automatic transmission, as most of the modern trucks do, because there isn't many manufacturers that offer the manual option. Fuel consumption isn't brilliant on one of these trucks, but
Keep
again,
left, and then continue straight on.
those in real life, as we did the type
Go
of
straight on.
work with these trucks, what they're designed to do, they will be pulling the heavier, more oversized loads. So it's mainly the horsepower and the torque what they're using there to pull the heavier loads. That's for gearboxes in these trucks. They do not offer the option of the Allison transmission. Instead, they have their own version of the 6-speed gearbox that will come as
Keep right,
non-retarded
and then
and
continue straight
with a
on.
retarder. And you know that
Go straight
that
on.
obviously there's different ratio gearboxes offered across the range of them, but basically there's 12 speed without retarder and 12 speed with. Now a lot of the European trucks I've discussed before, it's best to try and get them with a retarder, as in this game in HS2, I don't know really like in real life, tend to work. Like the retarders are more suitable to the twisty, hilly roads what there is out in Europe. In America, they tend to use the jerk brakes, which they're supposed to use a different type of jerk brake or exhaust brake to what you're using here, and differences. Now they say this is the most popular model trucks in the game that everybody look for. Yes, they are very nice, especially the tuning available on them, especially if you purchase
left,
the
and then continue straight on.
Mighty Griffin tuning pack. And that now, I do
Go
have a
straight
couple
on.
of gripes with these trucks, apart from I've got my own reasons for not particularly liking scanias, is the dash is very clear, it's got plenty of different display methods on it, but it's at the bottom there, why did they need to put it to St George's Radio? Then we could have left that blank or put anything. I know there's mods that alter that to give a radio station name and what have you, but said before, I know, see it in most parts in this video. For this profile, doing these jobs, the game is as it is now. To get it, I do own all the expansion map DLCs, so the larger area to cover, and present in one of the, let's just say this, UK map, where it's laid out is exactly the same as what it's been in the predecessing versions game, like UK Truck Simulator and things like that. So now Germany was the same up until a little while ago, and SES is releasing it in stages with some updates which you keep making to the game, and these updates do actually improve the game. So let's say they're reworking Germany at the moment. I hope they do come and actually remake the UK, because apparently, right, but I've heard it on some streams, but this might be checked on the forum, that where most of the European maps are done in a 1 to 19 or 20 scale, apparently the UK is still using an older 1 to 15 scale, which don't really notice too much. And then there's points and merits for that one. Now, actually, this game in general, as I say, this game is how it comes, but obviously I made a few adjustments myself in gameplay, but I won't be using the console. But if you want to know how to use a console, there is plenty of good guides around on YouTube and in the forums and whatever. I know Squirrel has done a good comprehensive guide on using the console and different things you can do with it and commands, but I'm not going to be using it for cheating time or...
Straight on.
Here now, I have made a slight error here, but look, it's in one of the places where it's actually easy rectified, because sometimes long you miss these junctions, or if you realise that you can't move and the AI won't let you cross, you can just do what I've done here, down and go down and come up the other side, or some of them you go up and you drop down. Now
Keep left and then turn left.
so if you are driving one of these powered trucks and you've got fines and everything to
Turn
done
left.
like I have to do, least little touch of your foot and you're driving without speed limiter on, you can soon break the speed limit, because the straight, we know mods, more money mods, no XP mods want to keep as much money as possible, and gearbox. So over now, I'm not subject here again, so we'll go on to the gearboxes. So you discuss Scania's on 6 speed, 12 speeds with you, and now Scania do not offer 16 speed ZF transmission. Now what they offer is a 12 plus 2 gearbox with or without retard. Now the 12 plus 2 gives you 12 gears like this one has, but in addition to that it also has 2 gears that's a lot lower, crawler 1 and crawler 2. They're mainly used for pulling away with really heavy loads on, or if you have to start sleep slopes and some of the transit yards. Now you don't need to go very fast in one of those to high revving the gears, and that's what they offer. Now Scanias are made and built in Sweden, and in the Scandinavian DLC you can actually go to the version of the factory and deliver loads there and pick up loads from there. It's sold
Third exit.
something, but it's quite near Stockholm, and it is in the map that you can go to. The only other truck manufacturer that you can actually go to the factory with, deliver there and take deliveries from, is Volvo, and that's near Gothenburg, but I'm not doing Volvos just now. Now chassis options, what these come with, they come with a standard 4x2, there's the complement of 6x2s, do the 6x4s. Now
to turn left.
some of the, and obviously the biggest chassis what Scania offer, one of these which you can
turn left.
purchase is an 8x4 chassis, which a lot of people opt for in multiplayer, but my opinion, pointless unless you do loads like locomotive that's 60 ton or doing some of the special transports with your own vehicle.
Let's find a new route.
Just at the ferry now. Down as normal, remember which key it is. It isn't it? I've altered the keys around a little bit since I did the last video to make it easy, because the way that I had them set I couldn't use certain features in multiplayer. Now the whole ferry got SP jerk or your report, but in this turn we've got an SP jerk which across the water there. It's a 19-hour journey which just adds 19 hours onto the game time. So
never mind, I'll find a new route.
so you got to a ferry and you have 30 minutes driving time left, and it's this ferry and it takes 9 or 10 hours. It classes that as a rest for 9 or 10 hours. So driving time isn't affected by ferry crossings, because with current driving legislation in the game, this isn't true to real life here.
Right.
In real life you would say drive maximum 4.5 hours, and you would have to take a break to a maximum of 9 hours in a day, and believe 15-hour working day, but that would include some working time. And obviously there's, when you stop and wake up and what have you from your longer rest period, there's things like daily checks and things that need to be done, but those aren't modelled into the game. So basically in ATS2 you drive for 11 hours and rest period's 9. You just go again to see, not really need to explain about rest stops and what have you. And it now it's down a bit. I do want to say some thank yous to some people who have tried to help me a little bit. If they're watching this, I'd like to thank Oddball76, who's got a good small community on Facebook and helped me out, and I had the misfortune of convoying with him earlier this week. Same misfortune, there was nothing wrong with it, nice and pleasant. I caught them up. I wasn't sure who I was at first, because on multiplayer I use a slightly different username to what I use on here, but once
exit now.
it was okay, but I made a slight mistake, and apologise to him for this again. And it was in his live stream that when he stopped, pulled over,
exit now.
I pulled over behind him in the DAF, except what I use on multiplayer, and I ran into the back of him, but I apologised and he understood and was fine like that. But like that, and the other one who's VTC I'm now driving for, I was driving for a much larger VTC, but into that is driving for Grant and Sons, which is a
roundabout.
company that's on truck books, so yeah, search for it if you join them yourself. Now with VTC Army, which is Grant and Sons, you have to do 1,000 miles a month, at least 1,000 miles a month in ETS2. It's the same on ATS. Ray, a lovely guy again, who runs the channel. He has a very good small community things. So I don't know how to put links in the description. I'm going to find out though And I will have to start putting some links in for some of these. And one now, message for English Bob here yesterday, which was recording this on Friday the 12th of July, but I don't know when I'll put it out. But yesterday, on Thursday the 11th, I was watching one of his streams, asked him a question about something, and was more than willing to help me out. Now, if he has computer problems with anything, although he primarily focuses on Linux, he used to be known, and he still is known. Obviously he's English Bob on YouTube, but look at his thing, he's the Windows help guy. So if you need any advice on Linux or Windows or anything like that, if you click one of his streams or maybe pop a message on the community there, will help you out. Now, this is what he gave me to a problem I was having, something. I haven't actually implemented them yet, but I may try them, because the issue what I'm having is some white noise in the recordings, which you probably heard in the early ones, probably some in this. I'm trying to eliminate as much to help me, but they are altered a couple of settings on the mic and what have you, and I'm just hoping
Keep left and then continue
now
straight on.
working, so a bit better than what it
Go
was,
straight on.
because I'm using very budget and basic equipment to make these videos. I'm using OBS. The headset what I was using in the previous videos was the very cheap one that Argos did for about £12, the Logitech one, but paid a little bit more expensive one, but it's still not up to Corsair standard. But people say the mic seems to be a lot better now, or it was. And if you channel watching this video, it's a channel, and there are recordings with different settings and things on, watch them. And so I've done the first 2 parts of an idiot's guide to ATS, which is about profile, setting them up, doing the jobs, standard garages, truck customization, just nearly all the elements of the game in those, but there is more to come on that one. And so for this series, you take the guide every make and model of truck in the game, so there's quite a few parts. This is part 4. Previous parts I've done the old scania, the ER 2009 model. I've done a new Actros, I've done Renault Premium, so done things like that now. See how far we have to go. So, in my conclusion about the Scania Next Generation, is it the best truck in the game? Well, you say everybody has their own opinions on these things. Now, to me, term of style, looks, customization that's available with the tuning pack, yes, but would I necessarily choose it or something else, say on a normal like road haulage one that's common enough in the UK, which most haulage trucks are anything from about 440 up to about 500, because a lot of the haulage firms are using small models of these, they're using like the
Exit right.
DAF FHs with that sort of power, the DAF XF 105s, and I think common one in those is about, in the haulage side, about 60, and or if it's new one, a common one, about a 480, something like that. So would I choose one of these? Okay. Chuck on ETS. Well, yes or they are, maybe.
Get ready to turn left.
But I wouldn't choose, because a lot of loads, what you must do, you must admit, on
Left.
type of games is like your more like general cargo. You wait till well, basically when it comes up that heavy cargo warning screen, that kicks in at about 25 ton. You put on a 25 ton regular, no. So I'd opt for about the either the 520 V8 or the one that's around about 450, but say,
Caution. Please mind the speed limit.
well, I will say sort of I know what does what on economy, so we'll say a 450 Scania isn't any more economical. In fact, it's slightly worse on fuel than the DAF XF is for the engine size, but that's my opinion on them. So you can draw your own conclusions there about
Go
things,
straight on.
about things. Now I know the engine sound a bit quiet because I've turned the game sounds down a little bit in the audio options. I haven't been into the console, as I say. I intend not using the console on these jobs, so what you see is what you get. With them. So,
Go straight on.
and if you've never seen or played any of the previous generations of the game, if you'd like to drive the Scania in those, you can't drive one that's a Scania brand because you didn't have licensing available then. But like all the versions of Euro truck, UK Truck Simulator, German Truck Simulator, the brand you want to be looking for is Swift. Equipment Scania, it's before they got licenses. Now, of the trucks manufacturers, MAN was the first one to actually back them and give them the right to use the name. Mainly on the TGX.
Get ready to turn left.
Which, when I get to drive one of those in this series, I'll discuss my feelings on those trucks.
Turn left.
So,
Here we are. Safe and sound.
I've got this in skill parking, so at least it hasn't given me the one that I have to go around the corner with. But I can. So bear with me. So, sit there for reversing. I haven't got, I haven't got track eye or anything like that. I'm just on single monitor, and difficult to adjust to round, but so the reversing manoeuvres is go very slow in reverse, and if you want to move the trailer right and steer slightly to the left, then opposite way round to what you think. Basically reversing manoeuvres, done slowly, calmly, and you can pull forward and readjust slightly, and that it does your space. This is not challenging part. The other spot what it could have given you is just around the corner, which I'll just pan around here, which would be one side of that trailer there, the other one, but the HS2 parking is fairly easy, and but challenging park. Sometimes if you put it on skilled parking and you're on ATS, look for jobs to some of the real export yards. Now there's one of those that you have to reverse it around two corners and it's fairly narrow to park it. That is a challenging part. Anyway, this concludes this video for now. Thank you for watching, and I shall be back with part 5 another time. Goodbye for now. Please like and comment if you feel free and able to. Goodbye.